Hello everyone, my name is Raxby and welcome to the Sly Collection. Now long-time viewers on my channel will know that a long time ago I actually did a Let's Play of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Well, I'm not really happy with that Let's Play. The video and audio quality aren't the greatest and my commentary also could have used a lot more work. I feel like I've improved a lot since then, and the other day I did a poll on my Twitter and Tumblr and asked some people if they were interested in seeing me do Sly Cooper again. And the response was pretty positive, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump into Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus on this HD version this time, and we're gonna play through the game all again, all 100%, just like last time, and it should be a grand old time. So, let's jump right in. Of course, this game is still being presented by Sony Computer Entertainment, and this is America, because my PS3 isn't region locked, so I got a copy from the US instead of from Europe. Not that it matters all that much, except for the game being called Sly Raccoon in Europe, but hey. Anyway, we are here in Paris, France, of course, 4:20 AM, you know what that means, 4:20, yeah, fun stuff. And of course we have our hero here, the raccoon Sly Cooper, a master thief, master criminal, who, you know, tends to mess around with the police a little bit. Now, I did have a recording that kind of went wrong, so we're not going to resume game, we're going to start a new game.
Sly! Come in! Sly! Do you read me?
Yeah, I read you. Loud and very loud.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Trying to break into police headquarters does that.
Get over it, Bentley. You're safe in the van. I'm the thief here. I've got to steal that file from Inspector Carmelita Fox.
Well, count on me to be your eyes and ears, buddy. Got their security system totally scoped. To get inside, you're gonna have to go through that air vent.
All right, I'm going in.
And don't forget you got me at the wheel, Sly. All you gotta do is grab the file and get back to the van. We'll do the rest.
Just keep that engine running, Murray. I'll be down in no time.
So, there we go. It looks pretty damn awesome in HD. I must say, I really like how it looks now. So, but, you know, let's not worry about that. We could smash some stuff up here and get some coins, but it's not really needed.
Hey, Bentley, I think I'm seeing things. Must be vertigo or something. Can you see those crazy blue lights?
Really? I've read about this. Master raccoon thieves are able to sense thieving opportunities, which manifest themselves as unexplainable blue auras. According to my research, all you have to do is get near them and hold down the circle button, and you should perform a super sneaky master thief move.
Hold down the circle button near blue auras. I'm on it.
So this is kind of one thing that sets Sly apart from other 3D platformers, and it's this blue auras that basically allows Sly to perform thief moves, such as sneaking over tiny little ledges and some other stuff too later on. Now, if we actually go in this tunnel, well, there will be some lasers.
Be extra careful here, Sly. Break one of those laser beams and you'll set off the alarms. Not to mention, you'll be fried to a crisp.
Yeah, but it's not too hard to dodge, and at the bottom you can break that thing and that will get rid of all the lasers.
Nice job, you're in. Inspector Carmelita Fox's office is behind the red door.
And that shouldn't be too hard to find, it's right over here. Seems locked.
That door must be super reinforced, Sly. Maybe there's a way to get around it.
Luckily there is. So yeah, we can just sneak over the balcony, and this first opening level, of course, they're just teaching us some controls, some basic ways of maneuvering around the areas, and of course, you know, they haven't even taught us about combat, but just use the square button and you can smash things up if you want.
Way to go, Sly. This is where Inspector Carmelita Fox stashes all her important files. I hacked into the police security mainframe and discovered this vault's combo. Try dialing in 937.
9, 3, and 7. You got it, Bentley. That works. Yep, we'll definitely have a lot of vaults to open, and Bentley will always tell us the code.
Nice job! You got it! If you come down through the fire escape and head through the parking lot, we'll be waiting in the getaway van.
Now this first one we just get the code for free, but in future levels you'll actually have to do some work to unlock the code. But we'll talk more about that later. Let's get to the getaway van.
You foolish raccoon. I've caught you red-handed.
Ah, Carmelita. I haven't seen you since I gave you the slip in Bombay.
Which reminds me, you need to return the Firestone of India to its rightful owners.
Ah, and I was gonna give it to you as a little token of my... Hey, you know, that bazooka really brings out the color of your eyes. Very fetching.
You think? This pistol packs a paralyzing punch. You ought to try it. Might snap you out of your crime spree.
And give up our little rendezvous?
Plenty of time for that once you're safely behind bars.
Love to stick around and chat, but I just dropped by to pick up this case file. I think you've had it long enough.
So this is another new character. You know, we already saw Bentley and Murray on the intercom, but this is Carmelita Fox. She's a police officer, and as we are a thief, of course, she is our opponent. Although you might see that Sly likes to flirt with her, and yeah, that's kind of the dynamic that they will have throughout this game, which I quite like. I think it's funny how basically our opponent flirts with our hero. You don't always see that. But we got in the van and managed to get away. We could escape you very well, actually.
Once again, my gang and I had given Inspector Carmelita Fox the slip. I was surprised to see how well she took it. Finally, the secret police file I'd been searching for all these years. With this, I could avenge my family and regain possession of our most valued treasure. It all began when I was just a kid, bouncing on my father's knee. You see, I come from a long line of master thieves who kept all their secrets of sneaking and stealing in an ancient book. The Thievius Raccoonus. Anyone who read it learned to be especially sneaky, which is why we specialize in stealing from criminals. After all, there's no honor, no challenge, no fun stealing from ordinary people. You rip off a master criminal, and you know you're a master thief. Well, on the night I was supposed to inherit the book, 5 visitors came unannounced to our door. My father fought to protect us, but the gang of villains known as the Fiendish Five overpowered him and ransacked our house until they found the Thievius Raccoonus. Our family's manual of thieving greatness fell into their filthy hands. They tore the book into 5 pieces and split it up, each villain disappearing to the farthest corners of the world to commit dastardly crimes. Broken alone, I was dumped at the town orphanage. There I met 2 guys who became my lifelong buddies and trusted crew. Bentley, techno genius and strategist supreme, and Murray, part-time driver and full-time burden. Together we pledged to track down the Fiendish Five, avenge my father, and steal back the Thievius Raccoonus. I knew I was about to face the toughest test of my life. On this mission, I would either become a master thief like my ancestors before me, or fail and allow my family name to bite the dust.
That was a nice piece of work back there at police headquarters, Sly. Come see me if you want to check out any of your old movies. I've got them all here on my computer. Use the left analog stick to move around the hideout and the X button to select things.
So yeah, that's pretty easy. We can talk with Bentley again to see that movie again, but it gives you a bit of backstory. Basically, there's 5 people, the Fiendish Five, and they tore away the secrets, and your goal is basically to, well, recover it again. So, let's go ahead and see who we're up against first.
The road trip gave me the time I needed to study up on Sir Raleigh the Frog. As a young man, this hot-tempered frog grew bored of his life of luxury and privilege. On a whim, he tried his hand at a bit of piracy and found it to his liking. Raleigh, who quickly became addicted to crime, was brought into the Fiendish Five as chief machinist, where his evil tinkering genius rose to new heights. The last reported sighting of this mad machinist was off the soggy coast of the Isle o' Wrath, a small island uncomfortably situated in the middle of the perilous Welsh Triangle.
And there we have our first chapter of the game, Sly Cooper in Tide of Terror. Quite a nice name. I like the alliteration. Shame it's not in widescreen though. I would have liked to see them rework those things in widescreen too. But here we have our first mission, and in the bottom right corner you can see the mission name as well as 3 icons. A key, that's what you get for completing each level. A safe, which is a bonus objective, as well as an hourglass, which is another bonus objective.
Hey Sly, I just spotted something that's going to complicate the mission. See that nasty looking gate? It blocks the only road leading into Raleigh's hideout.
No problem. I'll just use my climb move.
Okay, but remember, you can only climb on certain objects, like pipes and ropes.
Yeah, sure, and like that ladder there?
That is correct, but do not forget, Sly. You have to get close.
Then hit the circle button to grab it. Yeah. Relax, Bentley. I live for this stuff.
Yeah, and that's what worries me.
So yeah, the key is definitely the easiest part to get, but these bottles are one of the other things.
Now this is very interesting. The message you just found appears to be some sort of clue. I'll decipher it here in the van. In the meantime, see if you can find any more clues. The more I have, the easier it'll be to crack the code.
Now unfortunately you need to get all the clues in the level, not just the more he gets. If you don't get all of them, you can't actually open the vault at the end of each level. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. In this level we need to get 20 bottles in total, but in some later levels there will be even more. So keep that in mind. It's not always the same amount in every level, but it does tell you in every level. And I will of course be showing in every level where all of them are, so you guys will have no problem finding them. And here we are. Let's take this guy out now and grab these bottles too. Because, well, we could have used that ladder, but it's not really needed because we climbed up that cliff. And that way we actually got some more clue bottles, because there's no real clue bottles here. So yeah, that's the better route to take, in my opinion anyway. But up here we have another new thing. I'm sure Bentley will explain it to us very well. No, not even? Oh, well, that's a checkpoint anyway.
According to my amphibio positioning system, that big blimp is where Raleigh is hiding out.
You know, that blimp looks more like a machine than a hideout.
You're right, Sly. That is a storm machine. It's the reason why it never stops raining around here.
That explains all the wrecked ships.
But why would Raleigh want bad weather at his own hideout 24/7?
Beats me. The rain or shine, I'm gonna steal my family's book back. And if Raleigh gets in my way, it's on.
Well, to be fair, Raleigh is a frog, and I'm pretty sure amphibians prefer water and rain over sun and dryness. So, while it may be bad weather for you, although, I mean, for Bentley, who is a turtle, it shouldn't really be bad weather either. But yeah, for Raleigh, it definitely shouldn't be bad weather, because it's very subjective.
Nice job so far, Sly. To get over the next gate, you'll need to grab onto this hook using your cane. Just jump and hit the circle button.
Got it. Jump and hit the circle button to grab onto hooks.
And you might have been able to tell, but the start of this game is very tutorial heavy, and that is a little bit of an unfortunate thing. Luckily, it will get over pretty quickly, and once it is over, we won't be bored with tutorials pretty much ever anymore. So that is quite nice, and I definitely do like that. So let's grab this next checkpoint here, and we're almost at the end of the level actually. Just need to take out one more of these ninja star throwing beavers. I really don't get why the ninjas throw them. And we have the vault here, but well,
that large vault has got to be somehow related to those clues and bottles you've been collecting. If you can locate all the clues in this area, I should be able to crack the code and get you inside it.
That's right, you need to get all the bottles, like I already said. But the last 4 are up here, so don't worry. If you had 16 at this point, you are all good, because we will get 18 or 19 and 20.
You found it, Sly. That's the final clue to crack the code. Now find out vault, and I'll give you the instructions to open. Press the circle to enter the vault code. The clues have led me to believe that the code for this vault is 792.
7, 9, and 2. Let's see what we get this time.
a page from the Thievius Raccoonus. This page teaches old Drake Cooper's fast attack dive move. Press the triangle button to use it.
So yeah, we get a move from the Thievius Raccoonus, and that's what pretty much all the saves will have. They will teach you a different move from the Thievius Raccoonus, which you can then perform. And this first one is, well, it's just an attacking dive like this, which is pretty cool. And with that we can also grab the first key of the game, which wins us the level. Well, it usually does, but here we actually need to open this gate right here with the key we just got and enter in this green holographic marker. And that will bring us to Prowling the Grounds, the first hub world of the game. Because every chapter has its own hub world with an introductory stage before you reach the hub world, and that's the stage we just played, and we get a nice overview.
That blimp looks like the most secured location on this boat. If Raleigh's really as smart as his police files suggest, then that's where I'll find him.
Wonderful idea, but your plan is flawed.
Why?
Because it's impossible to get near him. To access Raleigh's blimp, you would have to sneak through that high voltage power tube. To do that without getting electrocuted, you'd have to destroy that power generator. And to do that, you need 2 more of Raleigh's treasure keys, which are heavily guarded.
Interesting. So when are you gonna get to the impossible part?
Fine. But I warned you. I've marked the areas you need to hit with holographic markers. Follow them to your objectives.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. It's your funeral.
I love how pessimistic Bentley is, and Sly is all like, so? What's the impossible part? He's so sassy. It's funny. I like their character dynamics quite a bit.
Wow, you found a lucky charm. That'll protect you when you take any damage.
So yeah, it's basically just an extra hit. You can get up to 2 lucky charms, so you can first get silver, and then with another one you get gold. Now, in this area you have the different holographic markers that lead to different levels. I believe there are 4 that we can enter right now, right at the start, when we only need 2 more keys, so you don't have to do every level. I will, of course, be doing every level, but we're gonna go over on this little thing, this little, like, what would you call that? Barrel, I guess? Sideways barrel. And if you run on that, you can lower that platform and jump over here, and we have the first level that we're going to be doing, the fire down below.
Temperature's reading way off the charts in here. This must be the power source for the storm machine.
And one interesting thing is that actually the save for this level is at the start.
Is the vault, but you need more clues.
And that means that once you've collected all of the clue bottles, you're either gonna have to backtrack through the entire level, which is definitely an option. Not one I recommend. I recommend
better close those furnace doors. Jump and press the square button. That'll slam them shut.
I recommend just going back into the level once you've gotten all the clue bottles, once you've gone through it, because that way you will be easily able to get them.
Sly, see that machine wheel? If my knowledge of mechanical engineering serves me right, applying significant rotational torque to achieve maximum velocity will yield a positive result.
You mean something good might happen if I can get the wheel to spin fast enough?
Isn't that what I just said?
I like Bentley's scientific explanation, and Sly's like cut dry, plain English version of it. Just, you know, like, yeah, I guess, you know, what Bentley said works, but it's not really quite as understandable for everyone else in the room. You know, he should probably keep that in mind too. Now, let's grab this bottle first, and then we're gonna run quickly on this, and once the light is on, we can just grab onto a hook and get taken to the other side. But yeah, basically once you have all 30 clue bottles, in this level it is, I would recommend just finish the level off and then go back into the level, and you will start at the start of the level and you can easily open the vault like that. So you don't have to open the vault in the same run. You just, once you collect a bottle, it's collected forever. So that is definitely quite useful, useful information to keep in mind. Because otherwise, backtracking, you know, it's definitely possible. I've done it before, but it's not the most practical thing. And there we go, another lucky charm. We now have 2 extra hits which is definitely gonna come in handy. I mean, the start is pretty easy, but eventually the game's difficulty will go up, and you might make a mistake here and there, so it never hurts to have some extra hits in, just in case you need them. You know, never shut them down. You never know when they might come in handy. Also, be sure to check behind these. I tend to forget those few bottles right over there. Just for some reason, they always seem to be skipped by me because I forget to check behind them in this area. And this is a pretty interesting. This thing we need to start rolling to roll those conveyor belts behind it, but we can't stay on it too long because the spotlight will spot us. And as you know, if a laser or spotlight spots you, well then, first time that you get caught, it will go to red. And next, if a red one actually hits you, then it will actually do damage. I'll shut it off in just a moment once we're up here. I will actually shut it off. Yep, this is the last spotlight. So, if we actually get caught here, it will turn red. So now if we go in it would give us a hit. But if we shut this down, then the thing will be shut down again. Now, I do believe that we have all of the bottles already. So let's just grab the key right here and finish off the level. But of course, we do need to get the fold still. Now, unfortunately, you do get dropped outside. But if you just go on the map, you can easily enter a level just from the map too. So you don't have to walk around the hub area if that's not something you want to do. I generally like walking around the hub area anyway, so I won't really be doing this method, but I figured I'd show it off.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. I'm unbeatable! No code can stand before me! It's got to be 579!
Well, let's put this in and get our next, well, probably thief move. I believe this is one. I believe this is actually the one that speedrunners use a lot.
Interesting. Old Sly Cooper's fast getaway raccoon roll. Stories claim she can move faster rolling than anyone else could on the run. Hold down the triangle button to use this move. Switch between your power-ups using L2 and R2.
Yep, so this is definitely the one speedrunners use. It will make you move a lot faster if you can control it. And you can just roll through levels. I won't be using it too much because I'm not a speedrunner, but it's a pretty nice move to have. Anyway, I am going to end off the episode here. So, thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more Sly, then definitely be sure to consider subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And if you enjoyed this opening episode, then do give a thumbs up. It always motivates me to see that you guys enjoy the content I put out. Once again, thanks for watching, and until next time.